What makes you an American is your character. Character is what it's all about.
In his YouTube video, Judge Albert Buddy McCaig shares his love of God, country, and family.
This country was founded on strong families. It's been said, and I totally believe, that if we have a strong family, we will have a strong community.
But as far as this mother is concerned, Judge McCaig cared more about a child molester's future than his victim, her 10-year-old daughter.
Why does he take the sexual assault of children so lightly? Why does he not realize, what if it was his child? What if this was his family?
This mother was so angry she wanted us to show her face, but asked that we not use her last name.
How could this have happened for so long without us having a clue?
When Jessica's daughter was only 7 years old, she was molested by her uncle, 21-year-old Charles Bukowski.
We had DNA evidence, taped confession, my daughter's testimony. We were pretty confident that we were going to get a conviction for sure, and most likely prison time. He could have gone for up to 99 years.
Since I've been here, we have never had a jury give probation to a sex offender.
That doesn't surprise longtime Grimes County DA Tuck McLean one bit. He grew up here and knows the mindset of folks who call Grimes County home.
They don't understand people that steal. They don't understand people that sell drugs. And they don't understand people that mess with kids. And they're pretty stiff on it.
Bukowski didn't need a jury of his peers to decide his guilt or innocence.
He actually pled guilty. It wasn't even a trial where we had to prove anything. He did go ahead and plead guilty.
As part of the guilty plea agreement, Judge McCaig would decide Bukowski's punishment for aggravated sexual assault of a child.
He needs to go to prison. He needs to stay away from not only my children, but every child.
McLean admits he was concerned about what the judge might do because of what happened in the case of another child molester, 28-year-old Willie Clyde Snook.
Our recommendation was a lengthy prison time in the ballpark of 25 years.
State law prohibits judges from giving sex offenders probation, but Judge McCaig got around that by sentencing Snook to deferred probation, meaning there would be no final conviction. The DA believes the judge gave Snook deferred probation because Snook is a former Marine who claims to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder.
I have a hard time believing that PTSD turns somebody into a child molester that's not already a child molester. In a lot of ways, I think it's kind of a slap in the face of the other veterans that have gone through that.
Last year, the DA says Snook violated his probation for failing to install monitoring software on his computer and viewing pornographic websites. McLean filed this motion asking Judge McCaig to revoke Snook's probation.
He could have sentenced to prison for up to life.
But instead, the judge sentenced Snook to 2 weeks in jail and placed him back on deferred probation. Snook declined our request for comment.
We did discuss what had happened in the Snook case. We felt like that Snook was an aberration because of the military aspect of it.
But when Charles Bukowski appeared before McCaig, the judge made the same decision. He gave the 21-year-old child molester deferred probation.
Were you surprised?
Surprised and angry, yeah.
Jessica couldn't believe the judge's sentence meant Bukowski would not be a convicted felon.
That's probably my biggest problem with it is it's never going to escape my child's life. It's never going to escape our family. It's never going to be wiped clean, just like his record will be.
It sure doesn't look like Bukowski appreciates the huge break Judge McCaig gave him. Get this. According to this motion to revoke his probation, Bukowski violated 12 of his conditions. The most disturbing, his alleged use of Facebook.
And there were a number of people on his Facebook page that were quite young, some of them as young as 5th grade.
I mean, how troubling is that to you?
That scares me to death. I mean, that when I was told that by probation, I became genuinely quite angry.
Last month, Bukowski was back before Judge McCaig, who could have put the sex offender in jail right then and there. Instead, McCaig allowed Bukowski to post bond and be free until his next scheduled court appearance on June 14th.
Judge McCaig, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? I don't know what else to ask the man.
The old saying, you fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not going to get burned again.
To make sure Judge McKay can't give any more sex offenders deferred probation, the DA now has a new policy.
I no longer will waive juries on sex offender cases.
Judge McKay declined our request for comment, saying the Makovsky case is a pending matter and it would be inappropriate for him to make any public comment. Next month, the judge will decide if Makovsky will remain on deferred probation or go to prison. Makovsky also declined our request for comment. Randy Wallace, Fox 26, investigates.